A recent announcement from Bloomberg is making waves in the financial industry. According to their predictions, XRP's value will soar, maybe surpassing $60,000. This audacious claim was made by a Bloomberg advisor who compared XRP to the Bitcoin of the banking sector. The business analysts at Bloomberg have approved of this conjecture. Therefore, this is based on information from a reliable source and is not merely conjecture. There is growing interest in XRP's possible value increase to an incredible $60,000. This follows Ripple's public announcement of their goal to establish XRP as the preferred cryptocurrency in the banking industry, similar to what Bitcoin is in the wider market. These aren't just rumors or casual remarks. A Bloomberg advisor has openly confirmed them on live television. Furthermore, the recent collaboration between Ripple and ISD, the International Swaps and Derivatives Association, is revolutionary. They intend to use the XRP ledger to process transactions totaling an astounding $1.20 quadrillion. To manage such volumes, a basic price of about $10,000 per XRP could be required. In today's feature-rich film, we will delve deeply into each of these advancements. Greetings from the Crypto Insights family, your go-to resource for anything XRP. The focus of today's movie is the commotion that Bloomberg has generated by speculating that XRP might reach an incredible $60,000 in an exceptionally short period of time. We're starting with the innovative idea that Ripple is establishing important alliances in the institutional and financial spheres. We discussed the International Swaps and Derivatives Association, ISDA, and Ripple's ambitious aim to manage more than $1.20 quadrillion earlier in this video. However, since our attention has mostly been on advances in North America and Europe, that is only the beginning. The reach of Ripple's influence, however, goes much beyond these areas. Africa is one continent where Ripple is making great progress, so we shouldn't ignore it. Ripple wants to transform cross-border payments into Africa in partnership with OnFree. Transactions between Africa and a number of other important locations will be facilitated by this project, which is not limited to the African continent. Imagine smooth cross-border payments using Ripple's platform not only inside Africa, but also between the nations of the Gulf Cooperation Council, the United Kingdom, and Australia. We're here to explore all of these fascinating advancements in today's action-packed film, which focuses on the unparalleled degree of global financial connectivity. Let's explore this intriguing subject in more detail. A prominent source of financial news, Bloomberg, has frequently mentioned the potential of Bitcoin and, more significantly, the fact that XRP is exceeding it. This story is not new. This keeps coming up, particularly when they bring up the $60,000 price tag for XRP. This isn't new news, despite what some people may believe. This kind of speculation has been observed previously. As an eye-catching illustration, Bard.ai has verified that Forbes, another titan of the financial news industry, once released an article with the headline, "The new Bitcoin is XRP and it's headed to $59,472. Interestingly, just minutes after it was published, this piece was removed. This knowledge is not merely rumor. Other AI systems such as Chach have verified it. The alignment in these studies is very notable. Both the now-defunct Forbes article and the Bloomberg research identify a similar trend for XRP1 that raises the possibility that it may not only compete with, but even overtake Bitcoin. This is noteworthy, particularly in light of Bitcoin's historic top of about $60,000. The combination of these opinions from reputable financial sources gives the debate over XRP's potential worth a fascinating new dimension. Investigating the underlying causes of these audacious forecasts is crucial. Why are reputable financial sites like Forbes and Bloomberg, while Forbes just mentions it briefly, predicting such a huge increase for XRP? This is more than just conjecture. It's an indication of the increasing trust in the market for digital currencies, and more especially in XRP's possible contribution to it. The secret is to comprehend XRP's distinct place in the ecosystem of digital currencies. In contrast to Bitcoin, which is frequently regarded as a store of value in digital gold, XRP is establishing itself as a platform for international trade. Its collaborations and technology developments aim to improve the speed, affordability, and efficiency of international transactions. This is particularly pertinent in the globalized world of today, when global finance and trade are essential. Additionally, XRP's technological foundation, which is backed by Ripple's blockchain technology, is built for speed and scalability, which helps to overcome some of Bitcoin's drawbacks. Because of this, XRP is a desirable choice for financial organizations trying to optimize their processes as well as for private investors. Therefore, when we read forecasts of XRP hitting or beyond $60,000, it's not just a figure. It is an indication of the possible influence and worth that XRP might have on the world financial system. It's about viewing XRP as a tool that can revolutionize the financial industry rather than merely another cryptocurrency. It's obvious that XRP is an important player to keep an eye on as we continue to observe the development of digital currencies. A vibrant future for XRP is depicted by the convergence of perspectives from Forbes and Bloomberg, as well as by Ripple's technological innovations and business alliances. It's important to highlight the trend we're seeing in the financial journalism industry, especially in light of the Forbes article about XRP that was blocked by AI verification. Despite being published for a short time, this piece was swiftly taken down. This is not a singular occurrence. Financial news organizations with strong ties to business leaders are increasingly publishing groundbreaking pieces about cryptocurrencies like XRP only to quickly take them down. It calls into question the motivations behind these abrupt deletions as well as the subsequent quiet. Forbes is not the only place where this behavior occurs. We're witnessing a similar circumstance with the Bloomberg advisor's XRP statement. It seems as though there's a deliberate attempt to minimize or even silence this information, even though it has been broadcast and confirmed. There's a trend of repression and secrecy as reports and articles about XRP are being taken out of the public eye. It's impossible to avoid wondering what goes on behind the scenes. Why is there a reluctance to maintain these XRP-related conversations in the public domain? BlackRock's filing of the xrp Trust ETF is a perfect illustration of this. Although this was a big step, it didn't get the recognition it merited. The fact that such a significant financial institution is embracing XRP should make headlines, but this trend of quiet and removal is overshadowing it. There are more questions than answers with this practice of hushing up and erasure. What effects do these activities have? Why is so much effort being made to keep the public in the dark about these important developments in the cryptocurrency space, particularly with reference to XRP? We're seeing an interesting development. Despite numerous confirmations regarding BlackRock's engagement with XRP, these allegations were abruptly thrown out as untrue. This is true even though reliable sources such as the news page of the Delaware state government have amply verified that a BlackRock advisor registered an XRP ETF trust organization. Everyone could see the proof right there. However, we soon witnessed the retractions of these affirmations. Think about this. Eric Blinch, a Bloomberg analyst, first tweeted that BlackRock's decision to register the eShares XRP Trust was legitimate. Although this was a noteworthy recognition, he then withdrew the comment, claiming it was untrue in a perplexing turn of events. These inconsistencies are not coincidental. There appears to be a deliberate attempt to minimize BlackRock's stake in XRP in order to give the impression that major financial institutions like JP Morgan and BlackRock are not very interested in this cryptocurrency. But the reality appears to be completely different. According to a report we found on October 17, 2023, BlackRock and JP Morgan have been covertly amassing XRP, putting a hefty 7.5% of their overall wealth into this virtual currency. This is a significant discovery that runs counter to the popular